Good day, you welcome to JPAC TV podcast. Today again is a wonderful conversation we're having. Today's episode will be quite captivating because we are looking at our youth. The youth of every society, they are integral parts of a bubbling and a growing society. That is why on today's podcast, we'll be looking at what does the Bayelsa youth look forward to? How effective or how vibrant is the Bayelsa youth? The youth, they say, are the leaders of tomorrow. You're welcome to the podcast. My name is Jacobson Park. Let me introduce to you a gentleman, a youth himself, but a youth with a difference. Let me welcome the Director General of the Bayelsa Center for Youth Development, Comrade Robert Igali, JP. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, quite a wonderful secretariat you have here.
All commendation to His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, who have decided that we are going to have a very conducive environment to administer and be a rallying point of the youth of Bayelsa State.
Wow.
So the resources were released. You can see the prudent utilization of the resources given to the center.
I will commend you and your team for a job well done.
Yeah.
Wow, the Bayelsa youth, people, when they mention Bayelsa youth, a lot of person thinks of militancy, youth restiveness. Over the years, we've seen a pragmatic change and a deliberate effort by the government over time. Comrade, how would you describe a Bayelsa youth of today?
Of course, we have the era of militancy. We have the era of agitation. Those eras have gone. You will agree with me that even the ex-militant leaders have been rebranded, trained, and they have joined society and adding value. In the last election, one of the ex-militant was even a running mate on the All Progressive Congress, APC. That is the level of what changes can do in the life of any man. Many of them, through the amnesty program, have gotten to very good schools outside the country. Some are informal education, and they have been repackaged to add value. So that era was a misrepresentation of the Bayelsa State. The era where we are now is the era of very competent, very groomed and processed young people who are now holding sensitive government offices, including the private sector. In fact, in all spheres of life, Bayelsa youths are doing very well. And that is courtesy of the type of leader we have now. You know, the type of leader you have now determine a lot of successes, because the destiny of a state, especially when it comes to the youth sector, you must be able to see a leader who does not patronize crime and criminality. Check the record of His Excellency Senator Doyedre, the Governor of Bayelsa State. He has never patronized before anything that have to do with crime and criminality. You can see him. The track record is excellent. He didn't come from a very excellent background. Through the dint of hard work and the grace of God, he has been pioneer executive secretary of this office to become the commissioner for youth and sport under President Goodluck Jonathan as governor. Became a deputy chief of staff under the era of Saraki Dixon as governor, principal executive secretary, and has served the national parliament. Parliamentarian, House of Rep, 6 months in the Senate, now a governor. Do you expect that man who has the background of the struggle, pioneer organizing secretary of INC? So you have seen it all. Anytime I have the cause to discuss with me, I say, His Excellency, why do you have this kind of, how do I put it, very restrained attitude? He said, I have seen it all. He has actually gone to all the communities. And when you are at the age of between 40, 41, early 40s, and you are in this office, at that time, when His Excellency was the Executive Secretary, was the era of the heated the Kayama Declaration, leading to his destruction of OD and all of that. Then there was no Minister of Youth Development. There was no Minister of Youth Development. Yes, there might be Minister of Sport, but there was no youth development. So he was in charge. The Center for Youth Development was in charge of youth management.
Wow.
So virtually all players, now a lot of about 20, 22 years have been added. So you can see that those are the top politicians we have in the state. So that's why you see that the man is a team player.
Now, a man that has occupied this office you occupying now,
yes,
is a governor. How does that, what weight does it put on your shoulder now?
That is to remind me that don't undermine a humble beginning. Consistency, persistency, and of course followership. You can see the track record of His Excellency. Followership, service. He served the leaders God gave to him, not knowing that they were preparing him for leadership. And today he's in the arms of affair, attending to the matters of state with sense of humility and a touch of a God grace, and which is reflecting on his administration.
Okay.
So, even in the Bible, every great king has a prophet. Our governor has prophets supporting him, and of course, some of us who are his full soldiers, doing the work of the assured prosperity.
Okay, DG, the office of the Center for Youth Development, wow, quite enormous. You're talking about in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth, trying to... Now, this office, what is it all about?
Well, the name implies it's a Center for Youth Development.
What are your main goals and objectives?
My responsibility as a board, I have board members, local government directors, and constituency directors, a board of about 45 persons, and with the secretary of the board. Our responsibility is to identify those who are progressive, equally identify those who are not progressive, and skill them, train them, empower them through sustainable self-reliance. You agree with me that His Excellency have said a time without number that each time the salaries in the state have been paid, 60 to 80% goes to the informal sector, which is the business climate. You want to build a house, you need a tiler. You want to build a house, you need a roofer. You want to build a house, you need an electrician. These sensitive departments, our people are not there. So the target, the determination of His Excellency's building craft centers is to complement the Center for Youth Development and the Ministry of Youth, so that we tackle these inadequacies from different points. The target is that we should be able to have a bulk of young people, even though you have a BSc holder. Take time to have a skill. Skillify yourself, because the economy is biting every day. So if we can catch them young and skill them, it will be better for the the utilization of our state-owned resources. Let them not be in the hands of the non-citizens. If you look at it now, if you select 10, 20 young people who are working on site, 80% will be non-citizens, because our people are not skilled. And even your own brother, we're not going to employ somebody who is not qualified to give you the skill you want. So this is the challenge we have. And another critical aspect we are preaching for, which is the mentorship. You say you want to learn tiling, maybe 5 months, 1 year, or you want to learn POP, you want to learn barbing. What is the virtue of that mindset that at the end of this training, I will have the skill, I will be empowered? Will you be available for all the days through the 1 year vigorous training is the problem. That is not going to be the problem of the government or the problem of the Center for Youth Development. It is the individual government have invested resources for. 2, if we give you the materials after your compulsory training, we're not going to sell it. And the report before His Excellency is that our people are not ready to be skilled. They're not taking advantage of the opportunity given to them. Everybody is looking for immediate money. Everybody is in a hurry. And money is not found in the line of being in a hurry.
But the government has been accused of empowering the youth, mostly doing for election purposes.
No.
So do you blame the youth?
No. Was I mobilized for a day of elections? Why is somebody mobilizing you for a day of election when the person you know is not better than you? Why is somebody harming you with ammunitions, with a machete? Why is somebody hiring you to be electoral to cause electoral violence? Every word is within the circumference of a family.
Okay.
Why is somebody mobilizing you to harm your own family members?
The Center for Youth Development is
So
accused of being a channel for political party.
Our young people, severally, I have been on the radio to educate them. As I'm here, when your mates are going to primary school, did you go to primary school? When your mates were going to secondary school, did you go to secondary school? When your mates were learning skill, did you learn? When your mates were in the university, did you go there? So you will be valuable to be used because you have nothing to offer to society. And that is why we are pleading. Now that the societal pressures have not come, you have not married, have a skill. Don't be in haste. Be patient with your ambition. Be patient with the dream you have. Joseph had a dream. Was it the immediate day that he became a minister? He passed through all those. Hunger will come. There will going to be a day you are not going to have money to pay transport. That you're not going to do, you are not likely going to have money to pay school fees. This morning, myself and my chief of staff, we have just paid two% school fee. Because you have to invest on people who are ready. You have even your own family members. You will not like to invest your money inside the water. You will look at the readiness of the individual. Like I was last week Sunday, I was a guest speaker in a church for their weekly. I said, look, nobody would like to invest the resources on young people who are not ready. Oh, you are not reading. You are expected to read 5 hours per day. You are not reading. You expect me to invest my money on you. How? I have other people who are ready. So government cannot invest for those who are not ready. But those who are ready, the Center for Youth Development is for them. The Ministry of Youth is for them. Their short prosperity is for them. So we are going to invest on those who will not waste government resources.
But there are talks that when the programs are out, you look for only party members affiliated to your party. How true is that?
Well, that is, it is somebody's view. Maybe the person is speaking from point of an opposition party member. You know, the law of opposition party members is that anything the government does is not correct.
No, but there have been instances where skill acquisition programs, startup are being distributed.
When we say, government say, come and apply. Just like now, we are coming up with a program. We want to cast them young to have ICT to young people between 12 to 18. It's going to be online, not physical registration. Is it limited to a party?
When the selection is being done?
It's not limited to party.
Is it transparently done?
When you must be schooled by elders. I have the privilege of sitting beside the deputy governor for a conference, and he said, look, Gali, each time I sit on this seat as a deputy governor, there is no partiality, there is nothing like party. You are serving Bayelsa State. The political party is a springboard. Who knows whether you will go to the next party? Was I not in APC before? I was in APC. I decamped to PDP. And you can see that everybody is
preparing.
Bailing and bailing.
And preparing.
And preparing.
And you are preparing again.
Anything can happen. That is politics. It's a
No, I'm only asking. You just said you came from APC to PDP and you are now in PDP. So preparing probably to APC again.
That is your view.
No, I'm only asking.
No, you don't need to ask.
Okay. DG, a quick one. The youth of Bayelsa State in recent times have been indulging in vices that have brought the state so much shame. The court clashes. What is the center for you to be trying to do to, first of all, nip this thing in the bud and try to help our youth out of this cultism?
Well, you know, our government, under His Excellency, doesn't patronize cultism. So that's why no court leader will say he's under the payroll of His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doyitri. I am not a cultist. I have roommates in the university who were cultists. They were members of various fraternities. I decided not to belong. The same thing applicable to every other young man that is hearing my voice today. I have never seen cultism putting food on the table of anybody. I have never seen cultism giving somebody admission or giving somebody employment. What we see that you will have cut on your body, or you have been inundated with fallacies. Oh, that man is against my leader. Okay, go and bring him down. How long will you continue to be in that kind of lifestyle? You were conceived by a woman, by your mom. You are giving birth. People celebrated on your birth. Now you are becoming a menace in society. And what is the type of cult they are practicing? Street cultism. Hello, sir. You are in a street cult and you are happy. Say, now we control this territory. What are you controlling? Is it resources of Nigeria you are controlling? So when I would control this, so now we begin to ask, is it the cultism that you would do until you will retire? So if you retire, what happens? So, and for me, I am looking at the communities, like communities where these things are taking place. Are they not royal highnesses? Are they not CDT chairmen? Are they not youth presidents? Are they not leaders of that community? Let us use Amarata as a case study. Are there not leaders in Amarata? Because all those people who are committing these nefarious activities are not even citizens of Amarata community. So why will a stranger a tenant come to my land and begin to cause havoc, and then we will allow him? And these people are already known to the leaders of community. I ain't telling him that the people staying in Amarata, they don't know the cult activities. There are about 3 cult groups in that territory. We have the Debam, you have the Greenlander, you have the Aslan. The leaders are known.
Probably the boys, they are afraid for their life.
That's what we are saying. Government is ready to partner with them. Well, but as a center, what we intend to do and we have been doing is to engage them in talking to, because virtually all of them are known to us. Please, this is not the right way to go. If Bayelsa State needs to progress, it cannot progress in isolation. It is the human capitals that we will use that making a state. Now all the states are represented in National Parliament, in Senate, in the Cabinet of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as ambassadors. I don't know, from different states, were they members of cultists in their tender age? They develop their skills in such a way that if the need arises and they are recommended, they have the capacity to represent their state. So you have nothing to offer to society, but there is a leeway for you. Take a step of faith, leave those activities, and get yourself a skill. And that's why the Center for Youth Development is here. We have the Science of Tech. We have I don't see what the Ministry of Sport Development is doing. Those people that our women, the Queen of Bayelsa, have just won their title. Now they are going to represent Nigeria. They are busy going out early morning for practice, while you are busy initiating people, and you think you can make progress with it. So that's why we're not patronizing them. Okay. What is right must be said, that when you are caught, the law will take its course and you will be properly dealt with.
But we've not seen any of the cultists being arrested.
You're not aware.
Okay.
You're not in the security department.
Okay. We are with the Director General of the Bayelsa State Center for Youth Development, Comrade Robert Igali JP, discussing the role of youth and development of the youth in Bayelsa State. DG, in the next 1 year, what are the plans from your center to help the Bayelsa youth to get to the next level?
Well, we're identifying and collecting names for, our number one assured prosperity is agricultural revolution. One, we're identifying young people who are into farming, fisheries, aquaculture, and of course into the tech industry. We want to identify them and support them, because the greatest challenge of every young man who is doing business is financial support. So we'll be giving them financial support as we progress. We are equally going into a lot of partnerships to see our best technical, very serious technical, training take place. Just like we are training NIMS. That training will continue. I describe NIMS as the Harvard of Nigeria. The transformational mindset is key, because only me, I can transform with my mentorship. I have transformed a lot of young people. We need more of a Gales to be in the business of educating young people on the right path to go. Skill itself is not enough. That's why you see that the ministry, we have gone to all the local government for our policy document. In fact, across the country, we are one of the leading states that have gotten our policy document. It's just waiting for Executive Council ratification and governor endorsement, and we are going to, so that partners all over the world will see us as a very serious people. Because developing young people is not only done by the government alone. The parents will have their role to play. You don't expect government to come and take care of your 1 year old child. You have your own role to play. The churches have their own role to play. The mosques have their own role to play. The private sector have its own role to play. And government will create a conducive environment for every young man doing business to strive. If you go to Port Harcourt, if you go to Akwa Ibom, that are having a population, is that government create a conducive environment for security and other things for young people to strive. Assuming we skill everybody and there are no work for them, what happens? That's why you see that the government is putting in a lot of infrastructures in place for the private. His Excellency is just back. He has gone to inspect the turbine. Maybe within this month that is coming, August, it will arrive. And because of his relationship he has with the custom general, it will not waste time. So government is putting this infrastructure in place, believing that the private sector will have so much impact in the economy of Bayelsa State. Then administration, government will be, if we provide 24 hours light, it will add value to your outfit, to the people's Golden FM. You will no longer be paying diesel. Am I correct? It has added value. So that is what government is doing. You can see that the government is very serious that we must diversify to describing Bayelsa State as a civil servant state. And His Excellency is turning the clock to the positive side.
Do you think the remaining time for the government and the governor of assured prosperity to turn it around, if I use your word, is it feasible? Let me give instances. The youth would have loved to work at the 60-ton cassava plantation plants at Ebedeberi, the 500-pound aquaculture at Igbogene, the Bayelsa palm industry. These are where the youth should be employed, but they are not working.
Yes, well, largely you can attribute all of those things to lack of electricity. And whether I like it or not, a state that does not have a steady power supply, the disadvantages of businesses is very huge. Let's take instances of our plastic industry. Is it this plastic electricity that you will able to, that thing will now operate 24 hours? There were foundational issues, and government is making frantic effort to set a unprecedented 24 hours power supply. All of those things will be attended to in a couple of moments. His Excellency promised that it will be done this year. And next year, I heard him very correctly that he's going to face the issue of water in the capital city. Government is doing a lot, so you cannot divert the attention of the resources of a state, a particular department alone. When the thing comes, you share small. And the thing comes, you share small. So you can see that if you want to give prudency to His Excellency, you will give him 100 over 100.
Wow, that's huge.
Yes. Prudently, all projects embarked by His Excellency are in the speed lane. Those completed are completed. You can see that he initiated a new project. The Angama-Enwaro Road is speedily ongoing. The Ekremo Road is speedily ongoing. The Nibe Brass Road, our part, is speedily ongoing. Are you getting what I mean? The Angama Bridge is in the completion age. If you cross over, you see that the one leading to our headquarters, Saturnajo, is speedily ongoing. All roads I was just 2 days ago, I was in the new Bayelsa, the new city. The one leading to the Masoma Road is speedily ongoing. And all Bayelsa people who are dredgers are all engaged. All.
Judges and
dredgers, including my former boss, Odense Ready, Messin is already in the water.
Okay.
There is no segregation. Government is attending to Bayelsa as a family. Because we are beyond politics, we are time for
some want to disagree with you. Because
yes, disagreement is allowed.
We have a large population of unemployed youths. The government cannot employ everybody,
yes,
which is right. But we are talking about creating the enabling environment.
That is what we are doing as a government.
With what? Construction of roads? For 5 years, the Assured Prosperity government has not opened any factory. They have not opened anywhere that maybe 500 Bayelsans have been employed. 1,000 Bayelsans have been employed. Rather, they employ them to the civil service.
Every government has its own priority.
Oh, that's not the priority?
The priority of the prosperity government that I am working with is to build roads and bridges, maintain peace and orderliness, and of course, attending to matters of state.
Don't you think the youth being idle is a time bomb?
And I'm coming, sir. Government is doing its best. I was not employed by Bayelsa State government, right? So many will find their feet in the civil service, in the federal civil service. Many of them are into farming. And that's why government is interested mobilizing support for them. It is agreed that we don't have a factory now. Maybe tomorrow we will have factory.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is why government is laying the foundation for electricity, 24-hour electricity. Who knows what His Excellency have in stock?
Okay.
So let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
I want to agree with you on that. The governor recently spoke with the local government chairman and encouraged them to pick areas of comparative advantage for them to go into farming. Is the Center for Youth Development working in synergy with this local government chairman for them to carry the youth of the various local governments along?
Well, if you talk about farming and if you talk about skill farming, just like the ministry have trained a lot of young people in the soilless farming in Biokuta, Ogun State, in preparation of this directive of His Excellency. I am believing very strongly that no local government chairman can work without the youth of his local government. So you don't need anybody to even meet with them. They are all aware that the energy of the young people must be harnessed for the good of the agricultural production. But because the human factor is always constant in agriculture, you need energetic men to be on the field. And the youths are valuable. And that's why His Excellency Directive is key. But like you have reminded me, we will engage them. But we're in the flood season. Because that's why His Excellency is preparing them for
the dry season.
For the dry season. His Excellency are equally giving days for civil servants to equally farm. Because why? Because of the nature of our economy now. Whatever thing you earn goes out the following day. The scarcity of food. So if you have enough food in your house, maybe you produce enough food as a human being, you will just be looking for the next other items. You can have your pepper, you can have your onions. Now, even yesterday, I bought yam from Agobri. Agobri now grow real good yams.
Wow, that's
there
nice.
There are quality yams in Sampo, the governor's community. If you go every Sunday, you buy in box in a cheaper rate. Assuming more of our people go into farming, the cost of foodstuffs will reduce, and that is the thinking of His Excellency.
Okay.
You have to prepare the mindset of your leaders, which is the local government chairman, and of course individual. If you go to my community and other communities in certain job, it is a theater for gari production. No, this is the season of our harvest because flood is coming
now.
So you can see that firstly, every family is harvesting cassava to process gari and other items. That's what we're talking about. And you know the cost of gari now. I have a lot of young couples in my community who have used farming, gari production in building the block building, and they are doing very well.
That's good. That's good.
So we encourage every young person to be enterprising. Immediately you have the spirit of enterprising, you will have that is the time you will now seek for help, and somebody can now help you. Like I have told you before in the beginning of our program, nobody wants to invest in an empty container. So if you go and if you access a loan now, the next day I see you in Hamilton drinking with a lady, and you think that you will be able to use those resources to do production, you can't do that. And that is what government has been doing over the time. They said no empowerment, no empowerment. But when you go for empowerment skill, you will see the same people over and over again. And what have you used these little resources to do? To redefine yourself, a yefa. So we are saying, please, first, educate your mind that whatever opportunity you have, maximize it. Convert it to wealth creation. And when you do that, you are helping yourself and helping the government.
That's a good one from the Director General of the Center for Youth Development, Bayelsa State, Comrade Robert Igali, JP. The assured prosperity, you just said, is on the fast lane. Fast lane, yes, I'll tell you, the government is building roads and bridges. But some have complained that the local contractors are not carried along for them to employ the local workers.
Which category of the local workers?
I'm talking about direct labor.
Direct labor?
For some of these constructions. What do you think the Center for Youth Development can't suggest that to the Ministry of Works? That look, some of these roads construction could be given to local contractors for direct labor.
Well, government will always patronize competency and efficiency. You cannot use hard-earned resources of state in the hands of those who are incompetent. At the end of the day, it is the governor that everybody I'm coming, sir. It is
competent local contractors.
You know, there are a lot of local contractors that are doing roads and even building. Even the one this our media house was built by a local contractor. And there is no way a contractor will be on site. Like, let me take the example of the Angama Inware Road. There is a CLO who liaises with the rural lineages of the catchment area communities. Of the number of people the company could able to a job. Of course, every company has a timeline. If you're not careful, you might not even make a gain. So you work with what is available, what your company can able to carry, because if I take you to work, I will be able to pay you. So they are working with the specification. You cannot expect a company who is doing construction to employ 100 youths, which they cannot pay. The following month, you will see protest. Am I correct?
I think
so.
Right.
The government is aware that any road, any company that is undertaking a road construction has a content of the young people working with them. Their mind might not be too big because this is an era of technology. A lot of work will be done by the machines, but the human factor is always there. But even at that one, they need skilled people. Iron benders, these civil engineers, and I think that they are working with them.
Okay.
But we will still, as Center for Youth Development, if we have the opportunity, we will mention it to the Commissioner of Works, which is equally a lover of youth.
Talking about training the youth, you were involved with the controversial training carried out by the Azikel group, and your name has come out in the negative lights that Ona don't do what you will.
It's not
a petition. I'm coming, DG.
It's not negative.
There are petition with the State House of Assembly concerning that, and you are director for the Center for Youth Development. What really transpired in the night?
I coordinated that event. My responsibility, then I was the SSC Youth Mobilization. Of course, the group president, Dr. Jekyll Azbapo Goble Sefaro, is a senior friend. And because of my enthusiasm in youth development, he gave me the assignment to coordinate the process for the selection process, which me and my team, we did an excellent job. I don't know the two guys who came out with the requirement, 8081. The requirement is that you must be able to get, 80 people. That is the aviation training college in US. And what you are aware, when Trump came in, they have a supervisor. I have written in my document, they have a supervisor that because you are coming from engineering background to aviation, you should be with the hangar, which is the Ezekiel in the hangar for some time to learn so that you can be recommended. You will be recommended to advance to the next stage. And they were there for a couple of time. And because the group president is aware of this, they were paid $205,000 for this period that they are under internal probation to be recommended. And they are of the view that the next 6 months they must have crossover. And the man who is helping you, who is not your father, who is not your brother, who by the thinking that he has to add value to society, is to spend millions of naira for your investment, and you are the one listening. That you gave us 6 months. 6 months has completed. Oh, this is why you, brother. Even if it is why you, have you gotten to the time that the man told you? Because it's not everything that the man will tell you. There are issues of visa restriction by the Trump administration. So the school is communicating with him as a man who is ready to help. Now, after quite a month, they tendered, the chief of staff to the group president related the matter to them. I said, look, you people should exercise a little patience. He has told me the entire detail of what has happened. The delayance is not from them, but it's from embassies and the school, and that they are already cleared everything. They said they have tendered their resignation and that they are not ready. So if he said you are not ready, you don't want to go again, now you are petitioning a philanthropist, a man who wants to invest his resources in developing you to become responsible. You say you are petitioning that the man, but you were collecting salary for the company. For the 2 years.
Did they collect salary?
2 years.
2 years.
You collected salary for, if the man Nawayo, he wouldn't have been paying you salary. And knowing that he has a commitment and he wants to keep to his words, he employed you in his own company without you doing anything. You are not doing anything. just to be learning how the preliminary stages in the aviation, in his anger. Either if the president comes, he comes with his private jets. Those preliminary signs out. They were the one doing it. Several I've seen him off to the tarmac. I see them walking. They are preparing you. Why can't we have the spirit of patience to achieve result? Okay. So when people say, "Oh, the man are wayo, the man are this," the investment the man is putting in for one person. If I tell you the amount, it will amaze you.
But that's really what transpired.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
It's about impatient.
It's good clearing the hair.
The little delayance is not from his end. It's from the.
And they were properly communicated to.
Properly communicated.
Okay.
Properly communicated. That's why you saw my document there. I clarified the issues. That the company is still ready. One last time, you said, well, your boys, they said that they could not wait. We were able to provide opportunity for other young people who are ready. Okay. And that was his comment. I said, well, I told the group president the public perception, because people feel that whatever a big man does is bad. that is the perception of the general public. But the young people, to a great extent, because they were communicated just about, before they even tendered that registration, 2 weeks ago, they were communicated that exercise a little patience by the chief of staff.
The chief himself meets them one-on-one and pacify them. Did you call them and have a chat with them?
Oh, they have a communication with the chief of staff to the group president, who is with them. Okay. Who is the one managing the company. Okay. Of course, you are aware the group president is off and on because of bringing in the real body of the refinery. It's off and on. You think that you schooling is more important than his company?
No.
Huh?
I understand you.
It is when he has dividends from what he's running around that he will now use it to. The man has 700 staffs. He has not owed one person's salary. He has 700 staffs. He has never owed one person's salary. It's due to your training that you cannot do. And this 700 staff we are talking about, we have a lot of white people, white men amongst them that are working.
Okay, let's come to governance. Senator Doedere is running towards the second year of his second tenure, and just like you said, he's on a fast lane. We've seen the maybe brass road going on fast, to be honest with you, and but just like you noted, how do you think it would have been better for him to finish the one he met on ground and the one he started than starting new ones?
Who are the new ones?
For example, you just spoke about the one if the Newari. Yes. How long is that road?
It's 30 kilometers.
10 kilometers.
13
kilometers. Okay, quite. Do you think this administration can finish up most of this project?
Well, the new project His Excellency initially. Most of the project he completed in the first term were project he met on ground, and some of the one he initiated, And construction is not it's not a one-day job. You are working with specifications, with the engineering recommendation. The Nimbe Brass Road, if His Excellency was not foresighted, he wouldn't have initiated that kind of 53 billion naira road project. How much is the state getting? But he said, I have a dream that one day federal government will identify with us. Today, the federal government has already mobilized to site. That is what a leader can do for you. A visionary leader can do for you. The reason the certain job people did not vote for him in 2015 is because there was no road to the headquarters. 2019, there was no road to the headquarters. And they felt that it is only their son that can do that road for them. Today, the Angama Bridge, he constructed the Agobri Bridge, started, finished it, commissioned it, took the road to Angama, the spot to Angama, started the Oporoma Bridge. That was the day I was converted to PDP. Just like, Paul was in a way to Damascus to prosecute the Christian. I was the APC.
That was the lightning struck.
Yes, I was the APC stubborn, going to say this thing is not feasible. And when I saw what His Excellency did, I said, wow, a Colgan man, committed state resources, with commitment to take a road to my headquarters, I will be with him. And I repented. Most of the stakeholders that work against Doyedri in 2019, all of them, because of his posture of humility and sense of delivery, knowing the issues and attending to them, they all work for him. All worked for him. Are you not surprised? That's what a leader can do. Turn the clock around for a positive growth. Today, there is no PDP, there is no APC in Bayelsa State. That envy, that acrimony, those difficult eras are gone. We can now associate, attend marriages, attend parties, and of course, even a mere communication. Because a leader said, unity is greater than disunity. The man said, we are PDP, we are Bayelsa before APC and PDP. And of course, a political party is a springboard.
Yes.
You can decide to take anyone and get to your destination. But the greatest good of it is that, are you delivering the dividend of democracy?
To the people.
To the people. Today, Otwa, they have never thought in their life they are going to get road. Otwa people are now driving to their community. Now the Kolokon people are saying that His Excellency have not invested attention and state resources on the local government that is attending to Nibe Brass, Atenijo, and other local government today. Because of the investment of their gate seaport, His Excellency have kickstarted the Cremon again. It's massively ongoing. It's not yet. It's not announced. There was no flag off. The one from Angama and Nware, there is no flag off. Quietly, everything is moving quietly. What about the new university that His Excellency is building? Roads, perfect roads, 2 lanes, with drainages, ongoing, quietly. The entire place has been transformed.
No.
That's what a leader would do for his people. Till today, this man does not have a house in Yenangoa.
And the man is about going to APC to get a house. You just said there is no APC or PDP in Bayelsa State.
Yes.
But the talk is that he will, because the region, the South-South region, is tilting towards that direction.
Yes.
Can he be a lone man standing?
Well, the South-South zone has been the hallmark of PDP. It has been the springboard of PDP.
Is that about to collapse?
But the dynamics have changed. Akwa Ibom has gone. Calabar has already been taken. Delta is gone. River is in political quagmire. We do not know if the governor, if he's reinstated, he will go to PDP. But our leader have not spoken. His Excellency Senator Doyedri have never spoken that he want to defect to APC. But personally, as Comrade Robert Igali, for this moment, my loyalty, this is my neck of loyalty, is with him. If he decides that he wants to go to APC, he knows better than me because he's my governor and my leader, I will join him.
Will you join or you show him the road? Because you came from there.
No, sir. He's my leader.
I know.
And the leader...
But you have been to that room before. So you can say, my leader, let me show you this is part of this.
I don't have the political capital to do that.
Okay.
By the reason of my training and my background. My leader, who is the governor of my state, is exposed to a lot of political transactions that I don't know. So I will leave him for his decision. But if he takes the decision that he wants to join APC, I am with him. And those who believe in my leadership, as Comrade Robert Igali.
Do you think that would be a wise decision?
Well, politically speaking, when His Excellency takes the decision, he will explain to Bayelsans. Then we will elaborate it.
Okay, he has no election upcoming. He has no second term upcoming. Some have said there is no need for him. Let him be a man of honor and end.
That's what I said. The man is exposed to political transactions that are not known to those who are debating it. But debating is equally good. That one too is political sensitization. I get what I mean. People must debate it. Whether he does not want to go or he wants to go, people will debate it. And the conversations are ongoing in a lot of quarters. For me, I don't even want to debate it.
But in the mosque,
because my loyalty is unflagging
to the governor alone.
To the governor.
Whichever party decides to go to,
I am with him.
You are with him 100%.
That is my conversation in this matter.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Are you planning on seeking an elected position in the future?
Yes, I am.
Status.
I am in leadership mentorship under my principal, Senator Doidri. He will find me expedient and very viable to say, Comrade Robert Igali, you have served me meritoriously. I think there is need for you to take a bold step to the next office. I will do that. I have ambition, but I cannot exercise my ambition because I'm serving a leader. If you're not capable to say, oh, you're over-ambitious, including you too, you have ambition. Personal ambition, political ambition, educational ambition, infrastructural ambition, even emotional ambition. Hello, sir. So I have one, I have two, I have three, depending on the pendulum, because you have to look at the political circumference, whether or not the A or B will be appropriate at that time. I get what I mean. His Excellency, when he went to House of Rep, he was to go to Senate, but it didn't work because Polka went for third time, so he has to go to House of Rep. I get what I mean. Assuming I have A and the permutation and the atmosphere does not favor me, you have to now readjust your loyalty again.
Okay.
And of course, whether you like it or not, your leader, sometimes when they serve very well, there are leaders who are in this state who would even approach His Excellency on your behalf. We have found him worthy. Why can't we? Because leadership is a serious business. We have gone beyond the time where Tom, Dick, and Harry on the basis of aspiration. Do you have something to offer? Assuming you are going to National Assembly, do you have something to offer? Do you have the capacity to speak on behalf of your people? Do you articulate when your colleagues are talking? Would they tell you, say, keep quiet? So we have even gotten to an age where competency, character, exposure should take the center stage than patronizing the interests of a political party. Even within the political party, you know that there are cartels. So if you are not in the one cartel, even though you are more qualified, the other people will just blackmail you and all of that. No. I want the political parties to be sanitized. In the era of 1979, the Kilo era, you would decide to be in your community. The people will say, if this one flag bearer in our party is going to win the party ticket for us, they will look for you. Then there were no communication. They would take a people to look for you and pick you and give you the party ticket. In this case, the man who is closer to source of power, maybe Abuja presidency direct or this president directed. So let us not turn the political party system to satisfy the whims and caprices of those in power. And you are now bringing a disservice to the people by presenting incompetent people who cannot do the work. Because political office is about doing the work. I am here as a DG. Every morning I am here till sometimes 10 in the night. I'm doing the work on behalf of His Excellency. His Excellency cannot be everywhere. Therefore, he will send some to National Assembly to represent the wishes of our people when there are issues that have to do with Bayelsa State. Right now, we are in a state creation. We are in a constitutional amendment. We are in their need of local government. Our National Assembly are on it. His Excellency Saraki is on it. That is what we're talking about. So capacity must be there, competency must be there, and of course, you that you want to contest, have you first assess yourself whether or not you are capable. Because you are going to meet colleagues who are prepared. So preparation of self is equally very key. I did not, by the grace of God, I did not lobby to be DG. His Excellency found me worthy, that I have the capacity. I was SSA youth. You are aware I am the lead convener of the Bayelsa Victory Youth Confab. I went to all the local governments with my team, mobilized and sensitized the grassroots for His Excellency. And more young youth from the APC kidding, somewhere in the middle, and we said, look, turn yourself, because what does the APC want at that time is that write the result. You cannot write the result when the people are sensitized. When the people say it is the Idri, what can you go and write the result there? So we won universally in all the units. First time in history. First time in history.
And that's more to your mobilization.
That is attributed to the little effort I did for my principal. So when it was time to say who should be dizzy, by dint of hard work, my name was on top of the table. You know what I mean? So let us reward
hard work and diligence.
Hard work and diligence and capacity and competence on top of it. Garnish it.
Wow.
So that people who are advocating that I want to be this, you will first assess yourself whether or not regardless if they contest this election with me, or you understand what I mean? When we get to that level, our political life and our political administration will be better because it will be centered by the people.
Okay.
We let us have a party that should be competent driven, competent compliance, hard work compliance. In making that one, we are making even the job of the political party, because in a large extent, the people do not contribute to flag bearing. But they have a bulk of work to do when it is general election. How does it work that? Few persons take decision that the galley should be a flag bearer, while you know that the galley has never even gone to his village for the whole 4 years.
Okay.
If there are issues, but you go there to want to go and garner support for the party. How does it happen? So foreigners should not come and advocate for party ticket when they have not done anything. Let us work with the people who are within the party that have supported the government and supported the governor, supported the administration. There are competent people among us.
Okay. Well, we've discussed quite a lot. Your final thoughts. Lastly, DG, what is your advice for Bayelsa youth, Niger Delta youths, Nigerian youths? The elections are coming in the next 1.5 years. What is your advice for them now and going forward?
If you go to some modern cities like Lagos, Port Harcourt, that's where the private sector is booming. They have no business with electoral violence. A young man who is working in CBN, local content, who is working in oil companies, he has 2 weeks in and 2 weeks out. Do you think that you will mobilize him with 2,000 naira to even go to campaign? He will be too busy. So young people must be able to value yourself. Why will you be hired for electoral violence if you have valued yourself? I have value, so I will not be involved in crime and criminality. So don't allow yourself to be involved, to be hired by a political leader who do not know how you feed, who do not know how you pay your bills. 4 years ago, you did not know how you feed your family. You did not know how you put on clothes. Suddenly, he keep on persistently calling you. Even for you to get to that level, for you to be patronized to commit crime and criminality, you have a factor. Convert that your violent spirit, convert it to become a political theater yourself. In a real case, maybe you are even better than that man who want to hire you. In a real sense. So be positive minded, prepare yourself for self-reliance, have a skill, professionalize yourself, have mentors, biblical mentors and physical mentors. Have time to visit your leaders, discuss with them, because if we do not have productive youths, we cannot have a successful man. Therefore, I call on all the governors in the South Zone, and of course all our intervention agencies like the South Commission, the NDDC, the Amnesty Office. Let us bridge the gap bridge the gap. If there are any social platform to engage our youth, don't wait until it is 6 months to election. Let us not take our youth for granted. If you have any package from NDDC, from the South Commission, from the state government, release it. Let us start engaging them and really vitalize them into a productive engagement. And when today, if I'm productive, I have a family. It will reflect on my family. It will reflect on my nieces and nephews who are in the university. It will reflect in my community because I will build a beautiful house. So when one youth is wasted, it is a disadvantage to the success of a particular state and the family. So youth invest is critical. Youth mentorship is critical. Training is critical. Empowerment is critical. All these components work together to build successful young men in the South region. And let us take advantage of our wealth, the natural resources, multinational companies. Please, don't change our people. If you said our people are not competent, now we are competent. Employ our young people. The host community rights, employment, scholarship, give to our people. Because we cannot only benefit the devastation of our environment. What about the social benefit that we need to get, the educational benefits, the other benefit that a company is operating in my territory, even though you are paying royalties to the federal government and the state? The social responsibility must be applied to our host community to make our state and our region a viable and a competitive environment for other more competitive companies, so that our place will not be volatile, and the marketers that are demarketing our state. Oh, Bayelsa is not safe for your investment. Oh, Bayelsa is not safe. Which state is safe in this country? If you talk about states that are very safe and safer, I will recommend Bayelsa for you. So we need the private sector, the investors, the industrialists to come in and let us turn this place to industrial revolution, engage our young men for productive engagement.
On that positive note, I want to thank the Director General for the Center for Youth Development, Bayelsa State, Comrade Robert Igali, JP, for joining us on this podcast today. It has been an engaging conversation. I know you must have been informed and educated. Until come again next time, have a lovely day.
Let me welcome you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome to the DG's office.
Thank you so much, DG. What a wonderful place you have here.
Yes.
It's quite nice. Wow. Congratulations on this, your fine secretariat.
Thank you. Let me just attend to one or two files before I attend to you.
No problem.
You have to wait for me for some time today.
It's a pleasure being with you.
If I go to the office, not before I wait for you.
That's true.
So you're welcome, sir.
Thank you, DG. It's an honor being in your very fallacious office here. I think you've done wonderfully well. Let's get to business.
It's okay.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much.